Alright, so we're back again with the Duster intro. We're gonna start driver's side now. Finish the floor to the firewall. I don't think we need to patch. I was going over it again. Seemed solid. We bought some stuff for the engine as well as some seam sealer, fiberglass Bondo, and then stuff for starting wiring. So we're gonna get into that. This might be on those episodes where we go into the engine. We're gonna do a little bit of the car, go back and forth on everything. So I guess the only thing with that engine I haven't said is Slant 6 225, and when you read the cover it says Super 6. I don't know if that's some kind of model, but we're gonna take the whole front dress off, go about that. I do have quite a few parts from Rock Auto that we're gonna put on, so very good company, haven't had a problem. But we're gonna finish up on this and then go from there. Might be a short one, might be longer, just don't know right now. So start up, hopefully finish. One thing I do go with when it comes to welding on any of these, if you get mad, step away. It's the only thing that seems to work for me. When you get mad, you just make mistakes and you keep making them and it just gets worse and worse. Kind of like golfing. So start, see where we get. Hopefully we can get it finished. Put the engine in, put the hood back on, which is still sitting over there. And then I think from there we're just gonna kind of start piecing everything back together. I have cleaned the interior. That's in a video I just haven't posted yet. I was waiting for the seats to get brought down to get redone. They still have to be sanded, cleaned up, painted for the frames. We'll send those down to get redone, and then I think we'll put the interior together and just keep going from there. One thing I still have to do is the roof. I sanded it in another video. I don't know if that one's posted or not either. We have to pour that or paint it. Not sure what I want to do yet. I know I'm gonna have to roll the windows down, tape them up, do whatever, tape up anything I don't want to get painted. So we have quite a bit to do. Maybe this video will just be all of that. So let's get to it, let's get going. Like, comment, subscribe. Seriously, leave me some kind of comment, leave me something. I think I've got one comment from a buddy of mine, but it'd be nice to just get a few more. See, I guess, if it's even worth doing, you know. But no matter what, the video is going to come out because it's my recollection of what happened with this car and what I've did. So it gives me motivation to work on it, actually, just filming some stuff. So brings an aspect of fun. So let's get going. Enough talking. Alright, we're back. So we took off the thing in a nice little mouse nest. So that's kind of what was rusting the fender there. Bunch of carpet, stuff like that. So this is what we're gonna do. So the rust isn't as bad as I thought. It looks like I damaged it right there when I was knocking on it. Like I said, take it slow. You don't damage what you got. But we're gonna take this off with heat and a scraper. Seems to be the only way to do it. Then we're gonna, that's weld through primer, the gray right there. We're just gonna take an awl or a drill bit, scratch it off, try to bend this back. So this is the lip I was talking about. Is hitting, it was too bent in and hitting the floor, because the floor, I'm guessing, just has a little extra length to it, it being a repop or a remanu or whatever, aftermarket. So we're gonna beat this back in. Honestly, I think we might just try to weld that, because that's my error. So it seems strong. Like, there's no rust on this one. The other one had a little, but this isn't bad. Like, that's from the inside, it's even good. So we'll take off some of this around here and just pop it back, see if we can weld it back in. So we're gonna get to it. I don't know, like in here it's hard to get my head and then put a camera. I mean, so we're probably just gonna have me do it, and then we'll come back to it. Alright, we're back again. That one didn't take long. I didn't have to replace anything, cut any metal out. Just cleaned up. We're still gonna grind it and go through it. Just threw some paint on it. But I doubt it can be seen. I think what we're gonna do now is roll underneath the car, check everything we have done, and then we've got some seam sealer. Some seam sealer gray. Should have got black. I think we'll go around, we'll put that under that, where the floor meets that, put some in there, Just gonna check everything in here on the floors. Check the rocker to the floor, check all of that, make sure everything's good. Do all that, make sure everything's perfect. Seam seal what we can, and then we're gonna paint up there. Still, probably wouldn't hurt to go over it with some of that wax to grease remover. So we'll do that, we'll paint that. Inside there, it can actually be seen with a camera what I'm doing. Didn't see too much down there just for the pure fact of it's hard to get a camera in there. So it's kind of hard to show you guys what I'm doing without just looking at my back or getting in the way. With a mask, it's real hard to get in there. So the only thing really left for the floor, I think at that point, other than what we're going to check up, is got to put the transmission tunnel on. We're going to have to cut more of the floor out from in there, kind of where you saw that. Here, I'll just show you that yellow line. Just kind of when I put the transmission tunnel on. So that line, if it can be seen, is still, it has to be cut out from what was cut out on the old one. So I just left it in there because I want to put the transmission in, see where it's at, and see maybe if the factory didn't need that much cut out, I guess. But other than that, we're coming to a wrap on this. Do a once over, seam seal, probably drive it. At that point, I know there's a lot left to do, but what I want to do is get a win. I want to drive it for a bit and then decide what's going to happen. I know the trunk still needs some body work. The rear fender on that corner, and then the quarters on either side need just a patch put in, but when I do that, it's going to mess up the paint. I like the look it has now, so I don't really want to mess with it, even though it's pretty bad on either side. I know what I did when we pressure washed it is just stick the hose in there, but the thing with the trunk, I guess, that no matter what has to be fixed is right there. So the bottom, I don't know how it happened, but the bottom of the trunk, that little framework is rusted to this edge all the way down. So it's going to be quite a bit of work to mess with that. Other than that, we got another gas cap in case I can't find the key, which I'm guessing I won't. Maybe when we come back, I'll just show you all the parts we got. We got a bunch of parts for this. We got a gas tank, full front suspension to rebuild. I still need brakes, so we're gonna have to go through the brakes eventually. While doing the floor, I think I did hit the brake line, not being careful. So I do have to make a whole new brake line or fuel line. I can't remember, but it was one of the two lines I hit it. And actually, I think it was the fuel line. So we're gonna have to replace the fuel line. And we're not going to go cheap, we're going to go full metal, take our time, bend it. We're not just going to run hose. Other than that, the wiring's pretty gone in the car. We're probably going to have to rig it to work for now. But we did buy, like I said, a lot of stuff, even some Bondo or body filler, connectors, new insulator wrap, just some cheap stuff from Harbor Freight, like them. Good lights from Harbor Freight. But it's kind of enough talking. Let's just get back to it. We're gonna do what we said we're gonna do. We're gonna do it right now. Alright, we're back again. I seam sealed the stuff I welded and some of the stuff under the car. Had a big gob in my hair, so I had to put what I did is I put brake cleaner straight in my hair and my scalp itches. But we got everything seam sealed where the floor kind of meets whatever we put in, and then where we welded. I mean, I couldn't, first time I've seam sealed, I didn't cut it right, so I just grabbed a Bondo stick and rubbed it down. Guessing I'll have to redo some of it. It doesn't look the prettiest. But from here, we're gonna move on to the engine. So we're gonna take it slow. We're gonna take that off. We're gonna try to straighten that out. It's bent pretty bad. It was completely U-shaped when I got it, and that was just a quick way to get it going. Take all this off, paint what we can. Got a new water pump. I think I got a new timing chain, new belts, rebuild kit for the alternator, rebuild kit for the starter, which we'll show. And then we're gonna go over the engine and probably paint it, because I got paint for it, fresh rebuild. So let's get into it. Oh yeah, so we're back. We made it. We left off, we'd taken off the valve cover. The seats they broke, so we got to order some of those. So we did actually get a lot of parts. We've got to order some, and took out some stuff just to make sure. So we're gonna order new chain, probably a new balancer. And just keep taking it down. I'm not gonna show on this. We're gonna finish what I'm taking apart, probably be the end of this video, maybe that'll be the start of the new one, is just putting everything on. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do, is I'm gonna finish taking everything apart, and then we're just gonna come back to the next video with starting to put stuff on, show the engine from where we left off, and we'll go from there. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, give me a comment. Give me some kind of feedback if you can. I'd definitely appreciate it.